Welcome everyone, I'm Dale and this is Cinema Historia. This week we're going back to 1957 for a romance film called An Affair to Remember, starring Cary Grant, Deborah Kerr, and Richard Denning. And this is directed by, produced by, story by, and screenplay by Leo McCarey. So where does our story begin this week? Well, it begins with Nicky Ferranti. And Nicky is played by Cary Grant. And he's a well-known playboy. And he meets Terry McKay, and Terry McKay is played by Deborah Kerr. Well, they both meet aboard a transatlantic ocean liner en route from Europe to New York. Now, each is romantically involved with someone else. After a series of meetings aboard the ship, they establish a friendship. When Terry joins Nicky on a brief visit to his grandmother Jeannot, while the ship is anchored near her home in the Mediterranean coast, she notices that Nicky has deep feelings for Terry. Now, Jeannot also tells Terry that Nicky is a talented painter, but he destroys most of his paintings because they don't meet up to his standards. After their visit, they return back to the ship, and returning to New York, they agree to reunite at the top of the Empire State Building in 6 months' time if they succeeded in ending their relationships and starting new careers. So, did they both end their relationships and start new careers? Or does something happen on the way to the Empire State Building that changes the rest of the story? This was a big hit in 1957. It's not the original movie though. Leo McCarey directed the original film. This is a remake of Leo McCary's 1939 film, Love Affair, starring Irene Dunne and Charles Boyer. Cary Grant wished he could have starred in the original movie Love Affair, and he often visited the set during the production. Now, during this film, Cary Grant had some problems though. He was with his wife Betsy Drake at the time of filming, and she had him visit a hypnotist to get him to quit smoking. Now, he started smoking his 60-day cigarette habit back in 1911. And if you're a big fan of Meg Ryan movies, this film is referenced several times in the 1993 film Sleepless in Seattle. Affair to Remember won the box office Blue Ribbon Award in 1957 and Photoplay's Golden Medal Award in 1958. And this was voted number 5 greatest romance film of all time by the American Film Institute. So, a little more history and a trivia question coming up next. Now, we should mention to leave a box of Kleenex handy for this film. Not that it has a sad ending or anything like that. But our film does center partly around the Empire State Building, so I thought that would be our subject for this week's history. So, the Empire State Building is a 102-story Art Deco skyscraper in Midtown, New York City, built from 1930 to 1931. The site of the Empire State Building in Midtown South on the west side of 5th Avenue between 33rd and 34th Streets was developed in 1893 as the Waldorf Astoria Hotel. In 1929, Empire State Inc. acquired the site and devised plans for a skyscraper there. The design for the Empire State Building was changed 15 times until it was ensured to be the tallest building. Construction started on March 17, 1930, and the building opened 13 and a half months later on May 1st, 1931. The building has a roof height of 1,250 feet and stands a total of 1,454 feet tall, including its antenna. It was the world's tallest building until the World Trade Center was constructed in 1970, following the collapse of the World Trade Center in 2001. The Empire State Building was New York City's tallest building until it was surpassed in 2012. And as of 2022, the building is the 7th tallest building in New York City, the 9th tallest complete skyscraper in the United States, the 54th tallest in the world, and the 6th tallest freestanding structure. It's been featured in more than 250 television series and films since the film King Kong was released in 1933. So, our trivia question this week. Did Guinness Book World Record ever enter into the Empire State Building? Yes, and it's kind of a unique story. On July 28, 1945, a B-25 Mitchell bomber crashed into the north side of the Empire State Building between the 79th and the 80th floors. Elevator operator Betty Lou Oliver survived a plunge of 75 stories inside the elevator, which still stands today as the Guinness World Record for the longest survived elevator fall on record. Pretty interesting. I hope everyone had a safe Christmas. I know here in Ontario, Canada, we had a massive blizzard for a couple of days over Christmas, but I hope everyone now is safe. But there's better weather ahead for New Year's Eve. So to all my friends, family, neighbors, viewers, and subscribers, I'd like to wish you all a safe and happy New Year. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope to see you back next week, or should I say, next year.